Alright, so I got my Bane, got my earmuffs on there, I got some ammo in there. It's just my EDC bag. I throw this on real quick. So this is gonna be kind of a funky video. Kind of a funky video, but yeah, I got my 300 and I'm just walking down below the house. I got a target set up down there on the hillside, and yeah, had a doctor's appointment today, got off work so I could do that, and got a little bit of time before it gets dark, not much. I've been meaning to come do this all day and I just kept getting sidetracked, but I'm gonna walk down and shoot the 300. So this is the gun I did a video on a while ago. It was called Budget Long Range Gun, and I haven't spent a lot of time getting back to it. So it is on an XLR chassis, and like I said, I'm hiking down from my house off the backside of my property to go shoot, so it's gonna be kind of a bumpy video here, but it is on a XLR chassis, just completely nothing fancy. I didn't get any like upgrades, I didn't color it. All I got was the folding buttstock, and there, I believe it is the Element, yeah, Element chassis. So folding buttstock, freaking love that. And then I put on a Gunworks suppressor, the 6-inch, the Gunworks 6. Now I went in to get my barrel cut down and threaded, and I meant to go with 22-inch barrel. I accidentally told him 20, and well, it is what it is. So we're gonna pause for 1 sec. I'm gonna swap hands. Yeah, this might be a little better. I don't know. Anyways, so it is a 20-inch barrel. It is a Gunworks 6 suppressor, so 26-inch total length. 300 Win Mag. It was just a Remington 700 BDL, I believe. I got it in trade. I had some Jeep wheels and tires. It's got a Cabela's Covenant scope, and I got it for a steal. They are having a sale, and I had a bunch of Cabela's points, and I've talked about most of this on my other video. I got the chassis at the Hunt Expo. They're having a sale, and this was actually the demo model, so I actually got even a little more off on top of that, if I remember correctly. So the whole point is, this is not a $10,000 gun. In fact, I'm probably into the whole gun maybe $1,000 in honesty, if you don't count the suppressor. The suppressor, I got a deal on it. Gunworks was there was a lot of bad stuff going around about Gunworks, and I made a comment on Facebook about, you know, maybe we should get their side of the story, see what they have to say, wait until we see what shakes out of this, not be throwing stones at a local, or you know, a hunting based company. They get enough hate for being hunting based, and the owner of Gunworks contacted me and was like, I appreciate it, and here's your discount code. So I bought a suppressor. So like I said, I have managed to piece and part this together really with just any deal I could. Now I'm walking down here to shoot it because brass is almost impossible to find, but I wanted Norma brass. I had some Norma brass. I found a bunch of Whitetail Classic, Whitetail Express Norma bullets, right, fully loaded, and it was a deal. Same thing, it was on sale, so I bought them. I'm pretty much shooting them so I can get the brass fire formed and then reload them. And I did blow up my suppressor. Don't know how, don't know what happened. But the thing with the Gunworks suppressor is they have built these to be fully rebuildable. So you send it back, they rebuild it, as long as it's not completely destroyed. You send it back, they can rebuild it, clean it, repaint it, and send it back. And they did just that, and my gun's back. I don't know what happened, like I said. So I did pull, sorry, I'm making sure my gun doesn't fall here. So I did pull my bolt out, put the suppressor on when I got it back. It wasn't even a very long turnaround time. made sure everything looks lined up. So we're gonna come down, we're gonna shoot it for the first time since I got the suppressor back. Like I said, I'm just gonna shoot some bullets through, make sure the suppressor's good, and burn some brass. It was pretty scary when the suppressor shot off. They think I had, and I'd shot quite a few rounds through it. They're thinking it had loosened up enough to sag on the threads, and so my bullet contacted. It is a 30 cal can, and I shot a 30 cal bullet through it. There's not a lot of excess play there. So, yeah, but we're down here on the property. So my house is right there, I believe. It's hard to see on the viewfinder. My house is right there. I own this property down here, and then there's a hill across from me. We'll just spin this around. It's a little dirty. The owners, or the people that were renting this, kind of trashed it. I just haven't got it all clean. This is an old deck, and then the pond is here. There's just a target right there, so I'm just gonna shoot across there, check everything out. Like I said, mostly just making sure the suppressor's good and burning some brass so I can reload. They're like 150 grain Norma Whitetail Express, I believe is what it's called. And yeah, just gonna throw a couple rounds through. I'm gonna reload with 215 Burger hybrids is what I'm gonna do. So anyways, I'm gonna shut this off, get a couple rounds off. Yeah, I've got a cool place to come behind the house here. I just grabbed my Bane, threw my earplugs and some ammo in there, and we're gonna send it. Well, I just shot a handful of rounds through this 300 and shooting pretty good. Didn't have any issues. And I just, like I said, I just baha'd down here, grabbed my pack and grabbed my gun and a couple of rounds. Ran down here and got down here and was like, I don't really want to shoot across the pond since, you know, I just got this suppressor back and I've already shot it off my gun once. I don't want it to land in the pond. So I came around off that old deck. I was going to shoot off of that. So I came around over here to the flats on the edge of the pond bank and just threw the Bane on the ground, threw my gun over it, shot across, hit my target 6 times. And it's not far. I'm 150 maybe. I didn't even bring a rangefinder. Like I said, I was just checking everything out and shot a couple rounds, and then I scared a couple ducks off the pond, and I got up and was starting to grab all my brass and starting to throw stuff on my back, and I looked over and there's a big ass buck in the field below me. I don't have permission to hunt that field, and there's bucks in there every year all the time. But I'm like, that buck, I'm shooting, and that buck was coming towards me and has continued his walk towards me. Yeah, I have a extended archery tag. If that deer were to come on this property and I had my bow, I could shoot him, but not with a rifle. So yeah, but I just thought it was kind of funny. I took a couple pictures. He's a little too far for video. And now he's kind of in this tree line below me. But I was like, man, guess should have brought my bow just in case. But by the time I run up to the house, get my bow and come back, it's going to be approaching dark, and I don't think he's going to come over this far. There's a bunch of bucks that all hang out in that field all the time, and every once in a while they'll come through the property, but they just blow right through, moving on to somewhere else. So they never hang out. Oh, he just walked out into the tree line. He just walked out under this pivot. Let's get a video of this buck real quick. See if we can at least. He's a long ways out. Yeah, he's behind those trees. So I can change some settings and zoom in even further than that, but the quality goes to crap. But there he is.